He's looking for diamonds in the rough, with Lee Cowan meeting American picker Mike Wolfe. American pickers made him rich and famous. Then it all came crashing down. Mike Wolfe's divorce cost him $5.8 million. His friend Frank died after their bitter feud. And now his store has mysteriously closed, leaving fans asking, is the show even real? From fake fines to angry neighbors, the truth about Mike Wolfe is finally coming out, and it's nothing like what you see on TV. Mike Wolfe was born on June 11, 1964, in Joliet, Illinois. When he was young, his family moved to Bettendorf, Iowa, where he grew up with his siblings Beth and Robbie. His mother, Rita, raised them alone, working hard to support the family. Money was tight, but Wolfe never let that hold him back. He found opportunity in the most unexpected places. To avoid bullies on his way to school, he took a different route, cutting through alleys and backyards. That's where he first noticed something others ignored, items people had thrown away. At just 6 years old, he spotted a banana seat bicycle lying in the weeds behind a neighbor's house. He pulled it out, cleaned it up, pumped the tires, and sold it for $5. It wasn't just about the money. It was the thrill of finding something valuable where no one else had bothered to look. That moment sparked something inside him. As he got older, he spent more time searching for old bicycles, furniture, and antiques. While other kids were playing sports or watching TV, Wolfe was dragging home rusty bikes and broken-down chairs, determined to fix them up. His mother saw his passion and let him use the family garage as a workshop. He wasn't just collecting junk, he was learning how to restore and sell. His love for bicycles even led him to open a bike shop before shifting his focus entirely to antiques. By 2000, Wolfe decided to turn his lifelong hobby into a business. He opened Antique Archaeology in LeClaire, Iowa, a shop filled with unique finds from his picking adventures. He spent his days exploring barns, garages, and abandoned buildings, searching for lost pieces of history. Business grew steadily, but everything changed in 2010 when American Pickers premiered on the History Channel. The show was an instant success. Audiences loved watching Wolfe and his team uncover forgotten treasures hidden across America. But it wasn't just about antiques. It was about the stories behind them, the history, the craftsmanship, and the people who once owned them. As American Pickers gained popularity, antique archaeology expanded. Wolfe opened a second location in Nashville, Tennessee, inside a restored car manufacturing plant. The space became more than just a store. It was a destination where history lovers could connect with the past. Wolfe built his business on a simple idea: find lost pieces of history, restore them, and connect them with people who appreciate their significance. His ability to spot valuable items and tell their stories turned antique archaeology into something bigger than a shop. Beyond antiques, he launched Two Lanes, a clothing brand inspired by road trips and small-town America. He also wrote Kid Pickers, a book encouraging children to explore history through collecting. But his passion didn't stop there. Wolfe wanted to do more than just sell antiques. He wanted to save America's past through projects like This Place Matters, a campaign with the National Trust for Historic Preservation. He worked to restore historic buildings and small-town landmarks. In LeClaire, he took a 1947 Chevy dealership and transformed it into a retail space while keeping its original character. In Columbia, Tennessee, he helped bring life back to forgotten buildings, showing that history could be preserved without losing its purpose. Mike Wolfe's journey to create American Pickers started long before the cameras rolled. He wasn't just another reality TV host chasing fame. He was a lifelong picker, someone who saw value in what others discarded. Wolfe spent decades traveling back roads, digging through barns and garages, and uncovering relics of America's past. He didn't just collect things, he collected stories. He filmed his adventures, capturing the thrill of discovery and the personal histories behind each item. Those videos became the backbone of his pitch to television networks. He wasn't selling just a show, he was selling a vision, a way to make history exciting by connecting it to the everyday people who unknowingly preserved it. For 5 years, Wolfe pitched his idea with no success. Most networks didn't see the appeal of two guys driving around looking for antiques. But he refused to give up. He knew there was something special in what he was doing. In 2009, his persistence finally paid off. The History Channel saw the potential, and within months American Pickers was born. When the show premiered on January 18, 2010, it was an instant hit. The first episode drew 3.1 million viewers, making it the History Channel's most successful debut since Ice Road Truckers. Within weeks, that number climbed to nearly 4 million. The timing was perfect. Shows like Pawn Stars were already proving that history-based reality TV could work, and American Pickers fit right into that wave. But what set it apart was its heart. This wasn't just a show about buying and selling. It was about the people, the places, and the forgotten pieces of history hiding in plain sight. A huge part of the show's success came from Wolfe's partnership with Frank Fritz. The two had known each other since middle school, bonding over their shared love for antiques. They both grew up without fathers and found common ground in the thrill of the hunt. When Wolfe developed American Pickers, Fritz was the natural choice for a co-host. His easygoing personality and love for quirky collectibles, everything from antique toys to oil cans, added a layer of humor and warmth to the show. He had a way of making people feel comfortable on camera, which helped bring out the best stories from collectors. Their chemistry made the show feel authentic. It wasn't scripted drama or forced interactions. It was two longtime friends doing what they loved, and audiences connected with that. Even when tensions later led to his departure in 2021, his role in shaping the show's early success was undeniable. Beyond its engaging hosts, American Pickers stood out because of its unique format. Each episode was more than a treasure hunt. It was a journey through history. Instead of just focusing on the monetary value of an item, Wolfe made sure the show explored its cultural significance. Where did it come from? Who owned it? Why was it important? This storytelling approach transformed seemingly ordinary objects into powerful links to the past. The show also carried a message of sustainability. Picking wasn't just about making money, it was about giving old items a second life. In an age of mass production and disposable culture, American Pickers reminded viewers that the past still had value, not just in dollars, but in meaning. From the very beginning, American Pickers redefined how history could be told on television. It wasn't about textbooks or museums. It was about everyday people, forgotten treasures, and the stories hidden in the most unexpected places. Mike Wolfe and Frank Fritz spent over a decade traveling together, turning rusted junk into valuable finds on American Pickers. Their partnership helped make the show a hit, but behind the scenes, their friendship started to fall apart. By 2020, things had reached a breaking point. That year, Fritz stopped appearing on the show. At first, there was no explanation. Fans hoped he would return, but months passed and he never did. In July 2021, Wolfe announced on Instagram that Fritz was officially out. He called their journey one filled with ups and downs, but said Fritz would be missed. Fritz didn't believe a word of it. In an interview, he called Wolfe's statement bull. Later, Fritz revealed that he and Wolfe hadn't spoken in 2 years. Even after Fritz underwent major back surgery in 2020, Wolfe never checked in. He knew my back was messed up, but he didn't call me up and ask how I was doing. Fritz said he felt abandoned by someone he had known for over 40 years. There was more to the feud than silence. Fritz believed the show had become completely focused on Wolfe. It's tilted towards him 1,000%, he said. Mike Wolfe's collection includes a 1959 Chevrolet El Camino worth $42,400, but his passion for vintage treasures hasn't silenced the criticism. The debate over his impact on Colombia continues, raising a bigger question. When does revitalization turn into gentrification? Wolfe has spent years searching for forgotten treasures across America, but his personal life has had its struggles. He married Jody Faith in 2012, and for nearly a decade, they built a life together. Their marriage faced serious challenges, including Jody's battle with stage 2 non-Hodgkin's lymphoma. She was diagnosed in 2013 and fought through treatment for years before being declared cancer-free in 2020. Despite overcoming that fight together, their relationship didn't last. They separated in June 2020, and by December 2021, their divorce was finalized, citing irreconcilable differences. The settlement was significant. Jody received over $5.8 million in cash, along with properties in Tennessee and North Carolina. She was also granted royalties from American Pickers and $2,100 in monthly child support. She got primary custody of their daughter, Charlie. But Wolfe has remained an active and devoted father, often sharing moments with Charlie on social media, showing his love for her and commitment to being present despite his demanding career. The divorce was a difficult chapter, but it also pushed him to grow. On November 6, 2024, Wolfe turned 60, and his girlfriend, Letitia Klein, celebrated the occasion with heartfelt messages about his journey and accomplishments. For Wolfe, this birthday was more than just another year. It was a chance to step back and reflect on what truly matters. He had spent decades on the road hunting for antiques and telling the stories of forgotten history. But now his focus had shifted. He spoke about valuing the small circle of people around him and prioritizing meaningful relationships over work. Even with this change in perspective, his passion for picking remained as strong as ever. He still traveled across the country, searching for rare finds and meeting people with incredible stories. Turning 60 didn't slow him down. If anything, it gave him a deeper appreciation for the journey. Wolfe has always been on the move, searching for forgotten treasures and uncovering history one pick at a time. However, 2025 started with an unexpected challenge. His Nashville antique store, Antique Archaeology, closed suddenly in February due to a gas leak caused by nearby construction, something completely out of his control. The store's team posted an apology on social media, letting customers know they were working on fixing the issue and promising updates on when they'd reopen. But as of late February, no official date had been set. Fans immediately started asking questions. Some believed the closure was temporary and would be resolved soon, while others wondered if something bigger was happening behind the scenes. With retail businesses struggling across the country and American pickers facing declining ratings in recent years, speculation grew. Could this be a sign that Wolfe was shifting focus? Could the store be in trouble beyond just the construction issues? These were the kinds of questions being asked, even though no official statement hinted at anything more than a temporary closure. For years, the Nashville store has been more than just a place to buy antiques. Sitting in Marathon Village, a historic part of the city, it has been a must-visit spot for fans of the show and lovers of vintage finds. Alongside its sister store in LeClaire, Iowa, it has been a key part of Wolfe's brand, a physical extension of his passion for uncovering forgotten pieces of history.